During this module, we will walk through the steps that MACPro approvers will take to approve and deny role requests within the MACPro system. Please note that if you do not hold a role that has the functionality to approve or deny roles within the MACPro system, this training will not apply to you. Role approvers will receive a task and an email notification when there is a new role request awaiting their approval in MACPro. The role approver may access the task by clicking the link to view role requests in the email notification. Alternatively, the role approver may access the role request by logging into MACPro. Initially, you are taken to your news page. Select the Actions tab from the upper toolbar. Then select Role Request Management. A list of all pending role requests will appear under the All Pending Requests header. These requests are visible to all eligible role approvers. The first step to approving a role request is to identify which roles you want to approve. A role approver has the ability to add requests to their queue and remove them from the general pool. To do this, select the checkbox next to the role request. You may select several role requests at a time by selecting multiple checkboxes. Select the button labeled Add to My Queue. Once the requests are placed in your queue, no other role approver may act on this request. Please be aware that you have until midnight the following business day to act on a role request once it is placed in your queue. If you have not acted on a role request that is added to your queue by midnight the following day, it will be returned to the general pool. To remind eligible role approvers of pending role requests, an email notification will be sent to all eligible role approvers at the end of each business day if there is a request that no one has added to their queue. If you wish to return the role request back to the general pool and release it from your queue, select the checkbox next to the role request and select the button labeled Return to Group. By selecting the link to View Edit in the Notes and Info column, you will see notes entered by the role requester, if any were entered. You will also see a description of the role that is being requested to help guide you in your approval process. There is also an option to enter comments in the Reviewer Notes text box. For this example, we will skip this step as we have no comments to add. Now that we have added the role request to our queue and reviewed the requester's notes, let's approve the role request for State Director. To approve the role request, select the checkbox next to the role request and select the green button labeled Approve. A message appears asking if you are sure you wish to approve these requests. Select Yes. An action summary will appear confirming the request approval. Select the green button labeled Continue to return to the role request screen. Once the role is approved, an email notification will be sent to the requester, including any notes that you entered. Now, let's walk through the steps to deny a role request within MACPro. Now that we are back on the Role Request Management screen, you will see that there are additional pending requests that have yet to be claimed. To add a role request to your queue, select the checkbox next to the role request and select the button labeled Add to My Queue. As we previously mentioned, you will have until midnight the following business day to act on the roll request once it is placed in your queue. If you have not acted on a roll request that is added to your queue by midnight the following day, it will be returned to the general pool. By selecting the link to view or edit in the Notes and Info column, you will see notes entered by the roll requester. You will also see a description of the roll that is being requested to help guide you in your decision to approve or deny the request. You may enter comments in the reviewer's notes text box. Since we plan to deny this request, let's enter a reason why you are denying this request. It is a good idea to enter why the denial is taking place to give the requester direction on how to modify their roll request. To deny the roll request, select the checkbox next to the roll request and select the button labeled Deny. A message appears asking if you are sure you want to deny these requests. Select Yes. An action summary will appear confirming the request denial. Select the green button labeled Continue to return to the roll request management screen. Once the roll is denied, an email notification will be sent to the requester, including any notes that you entered. Now, let's take a look at how to view other users' profiles. Again, as a reminder, this function is for certain roles within the MACPro system. If you do not hold a role that has this functionality, these instructions will not apply to you. Which user profiles you can view is determined by your MACPro role. We will begin by selecting the blue User Profile Search link in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. You will notice that there are 3 different views available: Filter by User, Filter by Role, and View All Users. The Filter by User option allows you to search for any user in the system by first name, username, and last name. For this example, we will enter the last name Doe in the last name field, and then click out of the text box. A list of users matching this search criteria will appear in a table below. To view a user's information, select the username. The user's basic information and approved roles will be shown. By selecting Show Advanced Options, you will be able to customize the view of users' approved roles. You may check the boxes next to the fields that you wish to show in the Approved Roles table. Available fields are State and Territory, Program, Component, Authority, Region, Office Type, Approved By, Date Approved, Tasks, and Title for Notice. If the checkbox next to Task is selected, you will be able to determine if one of the user's approved roles has any accepted tasks within MACPro. The Task column will display one of 2 things: None or View Accepted Tasks. For this role, you will see that View Accepted Tasks is displayed, indicating that this role currently has accepted tasks. If you select the link to View Accepted Tasks, a list of accepted tasks will be shown below the table. In this example, Jane Doe has an open task to review and certify a child quality measure report. You can hide the checkboxes by selecting Hide Advanced Options. Let's take a look at the other 2 options for viewing user profiles. The second option is Filter by Role. Using this view, you may filter by EIDM role using the drop-down box. You may also filter by program, component, authority, office type, region, or state or territory. A list of users matching this search criterion will appear in a table below. The final option is to view all users. By selecting this view, a table will show all users that you are allowed to view. This concludes the demonstration on how to approve or deny a role in MACPro. Technical assistance is available to MACPro users. For issues related to MACPro access and how to use the MACPro system, contact the MACPro Help Desk at macpro_helpdesk@cms.hhs.gov or call 301-547-4688. Additionally, MACPro training resources for states and CMS can be found in the State Resources tab on Medicaid.gov.